Welcome to Hot Drama TV.
Liu Yuning and the role he refused, a quiet rebellion in the spotlight. There are moments in the entertainment industry when silence speaks louder than applause. And then there are moments when a single sentence, spoken calmly without theatrics, reveals more truth than 100 press releases. Liu Yuning had one of those moments. During a casual livestream without scripts or media filters, Liu Yuning said something that immediately set the industry buzzing. "I would rather give up a leading role than become a background character in my own story." It didn't sound dramatic. It wasn't delivered with anger. But its impact rippled far beyond that livestream. A star who didn't grow up in the spotlight. To understand why these words matter, you have to understand where Liu Yuning comes from. Before drama sets and red carpets, there were street performances. Before polished interviews, there were live streams where he sang to whoever happened to stop and listen. His rise was not engineered by a system. It was earned through persistence, rejection, and patience. That journey shaped him. Unlike actors who debut with instant fame, Liu Yuning understands what it means to fight for visibility. And perhaps that is why he is so sensitive to one thing many overlook. Being present in a story does not always mean being seen. The illusion of a leading role. In today's drama industry, the title of male lead no longer guarantees narrative importance. Scripts are often rewritten. Screen time is redistributed. Supporting characters are elevated to create buzz, ship culture, or viral moments, sometimes at the cost of the protagonist's depth. Liu Yuning addressed this without naming names. He revealed that he once turned down a leading role because, despite the title, the character was shallow, comedic on the surface, and emotionally underdeveloped, while supporting characters were given the real arcs, the real conflicts, the real growth. For him, that wasn't storytelling. That was decoration. "I won't be the decoration in my own drama." What makes Liu Yuning's stance powerful is not arrogance, it's clarity. He didn't say supporting roles shouldn't shine. He didn't criticize actors who take such projects. Instead, he drew a clear line for himself. If the core of the story does not respect its protagonist, he will walk away, even if his name is at the top of the cast list. In an industry where visibility often outweighs substance, that choice is rare. And risky. Why his words resonated so deeply? Audiences felt it immediately. Because viewers too have noticed the imbalance. Dramas where the lead feels hollow, while side characters steal the emotional weight. Stories where the main arc feels sacrifice for short-term hype. Liu Yuning didn't just speak as an actor. He spoke as a viewer who cares about coherence. As a performer who values emotional truth. As someone who believes a story should honor its center. That honesty struck a nerve. A different kind of confidence. Confidence in this industry is often loud. Liu Yuning's is quiet. It is the confidence of someone who knows that turning something down can be more powerful than accepting it. That careers are built not only on exposure but on boundaries. By choosing integrity over convenience, Liu Yuning is shaping an identity beyond popularity. One rooted in values. More than a comment, a statement. What seemed like a casual remark became a mirror held up to the industry. It raised uncomfortable questions. What defines a true leading role? Is screen time more important than character depth? And who really owns the story, the script, the market, or the artist? Liu Yuning didn't answer these questions directly. He didn't have to. His refusal already did. The road ahead. Whether this stance limits or elevates his career remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. Liu Yuning has made it clear that he does not want to be remembered as someone who simply appeared on screen. He wants to be remembered as someone who meant something when he did. In a world chasing noise, Liu Yuning chose meaning. And sometimes that is the boldest role of all. When silence becomes a form of resistance. What makes Liu Yuning's choice even more striking is what came after. He didn't argue online. He didn't explain himself in interviews. He didn't try to fix the narrative. He simply moved on. In an industry addicted to constant exposure, that restraint felt almost radical. Because Liu Yuning understands something many forget. The loudest statement is sometimes the one you don't repeat. By refusing to elaborate, he allowed the audience to fill in the blanks, and they did. Discussions spread across platforms. Viewers revisited his past roles, noticing a pattern. Even when playing secondary characters, Liu Yuning always injected emotional gravity, often becoming the soul of the scene. Which led many to wonder, If he can do that with limited screen time, what kind of performance is he holding back for the right story? A performer shaped by music, not ego. Liu Yuning's background as a singer plays a crucial role in how he approaches acting. Music teaches patience, teaches pacing. It teaches that silence between notes matters just as much as the melody. That sensibility is visible in his acting choices. He doesn't chase explosive moments. He builds them. He doesn't rely on exaggerated expressions. He trusts stillness. So when he says he won't accept a leading role without emotional weight, it's not about pride, it's about rhythm. A story without a strong core to him is like a song without a chorus. Technically complete but spiritually empty. Why this matters more than one drama. This isn't just about one role turned down. It's about a shift. More actors, especially those who didn't debut from privilege, are beginning to question the system. They are asking whether visibility without substance is worth the cost. Whether being present without agency slowly erodes an artist's identity. Liu Yuning didn't frame it as rebellion. But history often remembers quiet refusals as the beginning of change. The audience is watching and learning. Perhaps the most important consequence of Liu Yuning's words is how audiences responded. Instead of criticizing him for being difficult, many praised his honesty. Viewers expressed fatigue with hollow protagonists and formulaic scripts. They began demanding better writing, not just bigger names. In that sense, Liu Yuning didn't just speak for himself. He spoke for a generation of viewers who want stories that respect their intelligence. What kind of star does he want to be? Some stars measure success in awards. Some measure it in traffic and trends. Liu Yuning seems to measure it differently. He measures it by whether years later a role still feels alive. Whether a character leaves a trace in the audience's memory. Whether he can look back and say, I didn't betray the story or myself. That kind of standard is demanding. And not everyone can afford to keep it. But Liu Yuning appears willing to try. The real question isn't about roles. In the end, the real question his story raises isn't, why did Liu Yuning reject a leading role? It's this. In an industry built on compromise, how many are brave enough to choose meaning over momentum? Liu Yuning answered quietly. And the echo is still spreading.